Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock and some more positive news recently released around this company. And with today's video, we have discussion of multiple news pieces, and some of these news pieces do come from a recent interview with Elon Musk, which actually had a lot of really useful insight. It's actually a really good interview, so I'm going to leave that linked down in the description below, in addition to all of the articles that we'll be discussing today, and I'll also likely leave that interview linked in the pinned comment as well, so you all can have easy access to it, because it is a pretty good interview. It gives a lot of insight towards Tesla's future, and of course, if you just like Elon Musk, then it's always interesting to hear what he has to say. For this news video today, we have discussion about the mileage range for the Tesla semi-truck, and then we also have some further discussion about a potential compact car used in areas where larger vehicles aren't as efficient, just because there's issues with parking spaces. Like with a recent interview with Elon Musk, even he stated that in Berlin he was having a bit of trouble finding a parking space for the Model X. So there's definitely a market out there for more compact vehicles in certain areas of the world where size really does matter when it comes to the vehicles. So we have discussion about the Tesla semi-truck, a compact car, which those are both from the recent Elon Musk interview, and then we also have some news about the China-made Model Y and a battery deal with LG Chem. So lots of great things to talk about today. I'm always interested to see the progress with the Shanghai Gigafactory and the Austin, Texas Gigafactory as well. I don't know about you all, but I love watching the progress and the drone footage videos of the one in Texas. But anyways, of course, as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy the Tesla news videos. But getting right into this one, first off, before we jump into these news pieces, let's just check out the movement for today, because we have had a pretty crazy surge upwards for Tesla's share price. We hit an all-time high today, and as you can see, counting both the after hours and the normal market hours, we had a plus 7.71% gain. And just breaking that down a bit further, we are currently at an all-time high closed share price of $562.10 per share. In the normal market hours, we had a plus 6.43% gain. That is plus $33.53. And in the after hours, we have a plus 1.21% gain currently, which is plus $6.72. I don't know about you all are likely in the same boat as me, but I'm really excited to see where Tesla goes, not only just tomorrow, but the rest of the month in general. As I've said in previous videos, I think this could be one of the craziest months ever for Tesla stock, just because of the many different combined factors that we have right now. They're all going to positively benefit Tesla. So a lot of excitement going around, not only with just Tesla and their progress as a company, but even the stock as well, because we are hitting all-time highs, 2 days in a row of all-time highs. Pretty exciting. But anyways, let's get right into the news pieces of today. First off, we have some discussions about the Tesla semi-truck with this recent interview with Elon Musk. So we have an article by Electric. We'll jump right into that, and then we'll expand on it a little bit more. So as I stated, this is an article by Electric and author Frederick Lambert. So as always, we greatly appreciate this information. And this article is titled Tesla Semi-Electric Truck to Have Up to 621 Miles of Range, says Elon Musk. Jumping right into the key point of the article, where it actually includes a quote by Elon Musk, it states, "Now the CEO elaborated on the range of the Tesla Semi in new comments during an interview early this morning," and it includes this quote from Elon Musk stating, "Getting a range of, let's say, 500 kilometers is, I think, quite easy, trivial to be frank, for a semi-truck, and this is assuming a truck that is pulling a load of 40 metric tons. If you want, for long-range trucking, you can take the range up to, we think, easily 800 kilometers, and we see a path over time to 1,000 kilometers range for a heavy-duty truck." And the article does note a point stating those first two range figures are in line with what Tesla previously announced for the Tesla Semi, 500 kilometers or 310 miles, and 800 kilometers or 497 miles. However, 1,000 kilometers, which is 621 miles, is new information here. And this is certainly a big deal, because previously there were the expectations of around the 500-mile range, which of course I believe is a solid, generally accepted range of what would be pretty ideal for a semi-truck, or at least acceptable for what they're trying to accomplish. I read an article a while back talking about the average trip range, and basically the amount of miles driven before a break is taken or before a truck driver stops at a rest stop, and I believe 500 miles alone is generally accepted as adequate, but 621 miles is a game changer. That blows the 500 number out of the water, and it adds that extra comfort to just knowing that option is there. So this is a huge deal in itself, and it was pretty much casually dropped in this interview, and I don't believe that I've heard this anywhere else other than from this interview, at least from what I'm aware of. So this was kind of casually dropped in this interview. Like I said, I'll leave it linked down in the description below. There's also the discussion of a Tesla compact car or a Tesla hatchback, where, like I said, some areas require smaller vehicles just because a much bigger vehicle, the common preference in America, doesn't always fit well with other locations in the world in the environment that you commonly see in those densely populated urban areas. So there's additional insight on that as well, with Elon Musk talking about it a little bit. Like I said, he did reference the fact that driving around in the Model X, it was pretty difficult for him to find a parking spot. So he certainly recognizes this as being an issue. And I've also heard discussions recently about getting local designers in those areas to actually design a new vehicle. And I really like this idea because it's all about optimizing the perfect vehicle for that area. And it gives people more options. If they want a larger vehicle, then they have that opportunity, but also there needs to be more compact options as well by Tesla. And obviously from the recent interview, Elon recognizes this as an issue, and it's just inevitable when they solve this issue, in my opinion. On top of this, we kind of have an expansion on the article we just discussed about the Tesla semi-truck. This is from a user on Reddit, and they basically talk about the benefits of FSD with a semi-truck and how it can make a lot of money for Tesla in the long term. Not saying that I agree with all of the numbers here, but it's definitely a point to bring up when it comes to the revenue coming from that FSD and how it not only could provide a lot of nice gross margins and revenue for Tesla, but also it simply makes sense from a business perspective for companies other than Tesla to use Tesla semi-trucks and FSD in the future once that is developed, because it would simply save them a lot of money. So the title of this says, "Nobody is talking about FSD semi-trucks," and it says, "It's huge." And they continue by stating, "We've seen FSD beta for cars already, but I haven't seen mention of FSD for semi-trucks. If FSD will ever have a 200K plus price, it will be for commercial use in trucks. If FSD works, then it displaces a human driver and their salary, which is actually quite high for a blue-collar job. Once FSD works and is proven, then companies will be jumping to buy FSD for all of their Tesla trucks. Let's say that Tesla can sell 50,000 low-end Tesla FSD semis. That's $10 billion a year just in FSD revenue from semi-trucks at $200,000 for the software. It sounds like a sci-fi future, but that's where we are heading." And with that, of course, there would be the talking point that FSD for semi-trucks could be a lot further out into the future than just your typical vehicle's FSD. That would make sense in general just because of the fact that maneuvering a semi-truck may take a little bit more skill than some of your other typical Tesla vehicles out there. However, the point still stands in the sense that I think this technology is inevitable, even if it takes a little bit longer than normal Tesla vehicles. This technology does seem to be inevitable, at least in my opinion, and it shows how there's a lot of opportunity with FSD revenue and how those gross margins can make Tesla a lot of money when it comes to simply just selling software. And I know that some people may be thinking $200,000 for full self-driving software, that's absolutely crazy. I'm not saying that I agree with that number. However, if you really start to think about it, if it got to the point where a manual human driver was not necessary, I don't think people realize how much money, even at $200,000 for that software, how much money that could actually save companies. Because if you actually think about the salary of a truck driver, they actually make really solid money. There's truck drivers out there that make $100,000 in a year. So if we're just calculating the cost of that replacing a human truck driver, then in 5 years, it could already save them much more money than paying 5 years worth of salary for a normal human driver. And like I said, there is that discussion of how long it could take for developing this full self-driving software to the point where it's equal to or much better than a manual human truck driver. However, like I said, I do think this is inevitable. And also in that post, there were some good points made in relation to that, where they discussed how SpaceX is able to re-land rockets, which is pretty complicated when you think about it in comparison to maneuvering a truck. And then another commenter brought up the point that the Crew Dragon can be maneuvered and docked to the International Space Station. So in comparison, that is a pretty good point. With the last news piece today, we have an article by the Tasmanian and author Eva Fox. So of course, as always, we greatly appreciate this information. And the article title states, "Tesla China made Model Y to use LG Chem batteries for Giga Shanghai production." Addressing the key points of this article, it states Tesla has struck a deal with LG Chem to supply batteries for its Model Y, which will be manufactured at Giga Shanghai in China. And according to a number of foreign publications, LG Chem is currently the only battery supplier for the future model. And expanding on this, it states the cost of the deal was not disclosed. However, based on the expected annual sales of the model, the contract is estimated at approximately approximately $2.7 billion per year. Expanding on this, it states, under the deal, LG Chem will supply lithium-ion batteries known as NCM, which is nickel, cobalt, manganese batteries for the Model Y, which is slated to start mass production in Shanghai in Q1 of 2021. So we already have Tesla making moves with this battery deal, and for those out there that may consider this a bad thing because of their perception of less vertical integration, to address that perspective, basically Tesla has to have batteries provided to them in the meantime before they can completely start supplying most of their vehicles with a 4680 battery cells. So at this point, with growing demand as well, it's just necessary for them to make these deals and to continue ensuring that they have a battery supply line at least until they can be more vertically integrated and produce their own 4680 cells with mass production. So although it may seem like there's less vertical integration here, this is pretty much a necessity just because in the meantime, before Tesla can become more vertically integrated and produce their own battery cells, these deals simply have to be made out of necessity, because if they don't have enough batteries to produce the vehicles they need to produce right now, then how in the world are they going to fund their own production of batteries in the future? So what is happening right now is a necessity for Tesla's success in the future when it comes to battery production, and I do not see a problem with it whatsoever. This is actually a good thing because it just gets them closer to producing their own batteries, and it gets this demand going as well, and we all want to see Tesla taking up a big market share, so this is pretty much just a necessity. But anyways, I just wanted to share a couple of these news pieces with you all because, of course, if I come across something that I think is interesting and relevant, not only if you're just interested in Tesla, but also especially if you're an investor as well, then I always like to share that with you all. So as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. You can sign up with my referral link in which you'll get some free stocks. With Robinhood, you can get a free stock, and then with Webull, they have a huge promotion right now where if you sign up with my link, you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $250, and then in addition to that, you can get another 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 if you deposit $100 into your account after that. So it's basically just nice passive income with minimal effort, and it does help support the channel as well, which I appreciate. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.